All right, thank you so much for showing up live for another YFE Chat Live. This is episode 67, and for the next 30 minutes, we're going to be talking about my iPhone's going off. We're talking about the 5 must-haves or must-dos for summer. So we're counting it down. It's going to be me on all the time, and hopefully some of you will call in to our live call-in line. And so, again, summer must-haves. We're going to be talking about what's the latest at YFE. It's going to be lots of fun. Make sure that you introduce yourself on the chat, and I'll see you on the flip side. All right, so again, you're watching the Young Female Entrepreneurs live stream that happens every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern here at YFElive.com. I'm your host, Jennifer Dono. I'm on Twitter at Jennifer Dono. I'll try and do some updates here and there too, but it is just going to be me talking all night tonight because we're announcing our summer lineup and at the same time talking about 5 must-haves, must-dos for summer. It's going to be super fun. This is a show I've been really excited about doing just because summer to me is awesomeness. And as an entrepreneur, unfortunately, there is no such thing as summer vacation. One of the fun things that you miss out after you graduate from college. But we can still sneak in some fun ways to make it a little bit different and a little mix up with our schedules. So, but before we get into that, I wanted to go ahead and thank our sponsors, one of which is Ovaleye.tv. Ovaleye TV hosts and produces live video events built to meet your objective. Visit Ovaleye.tv to request a free 30-minute consultation today to find out more about going live with your brand. And the other sponsor that we have is MailChimp, which, before I get into MailChimp too much, I'm super excited for the new release of MailChimp. When is that going to happen? Does anyone know? You'll have to update me on the chat if you know, because I'm very excited about that. So anyway, MailChimp is the best way to design, send, and share email newsletters. You can get started today at MailChimp.com. Very excited for the update. And MailChimp, the latest at YFE is presented by MailChimp. So this is the part where we tell you what's going on at YFE. Actually, right now, really cool, tweet out to them. YFE Seattle is hosting their get-together. So I've got up on here the YFEC hashtag. The Liquid Planner CEO is going to be speaking there. Christina Krug and Tessa Rowe. Yep, they are the city coordinators, and they put it all together. So make sure that you guys tweet them out. I believe I have the link over on YFElive.com over on this side area. You can get their Twitter handles. So very cool for them. But I don't remember where I was going with that, other than that it's really cool. Oh, the latest YFE. So it's a really cool thing that's happening tonight. That's one of our big events. And I mean, the next 20 minutes, we're going to be talking about some really cool things with YFE too. But I wanted to go ahead and show you some of the Instagrams that we had come in. Really grateful. You guys tag your day with YFE chat when you put something up that shows you being a YFE. I think it's inspiring to see someone else in their day-to-day, you know, whether it's in a meeting. You guys do a lot of content updating, so we see a lot of blog posts by you, and all sorts of fun stuff. So over here, funny stuff. Corey Freeman, we have like sister Instagrams here, the black and white computer monitor going on. So Corey was doing some blogging today too, at the Stacey Harris, who is on the Wife Entrepreneur handle right now. Thank you so much, at the Stacey Harris. She's awesome. She's a rock star social media person. And I just have to say this about social media, people. It's really hard. It's hard. Social media is hard. And I think some of us take it for granted that we can reach out to people and talk to people easily, and that we kind of know like the etiquette. It's a scary thing to get involved with, and I'm always so grateful that Stacey tweets for us during this hour. And she actually posted on Instagram a discount. And Stacey, it was $100 off, right? You'll have to chat in just to remind me if it was. So at the Stacey Harris is showing us how she is doing her offer. which is super cool, at by_Sarah Ray. Oh my goodness, if you guys don't follow her on Instagram yet, you have to, because she does some of the yummiest like treats and foods, and a lot of them are healthy and some are not. So it's for YFE. Stacy's just updating us. It's for YFE chat ladies only. So if you want $100 off your social media strategy, she is seriously a social media rock star, so you have to check her out. At Ubrin, oh my gosh, her stuff is so fun too. This Instagram, she's doing some more content, updating, styling. She does beautiful jewelry. At Carrie Myers Photo, you guys gotta follow her because she's got the cutest little babies. She's a newborn photographer, actually out in my local area. And she also is very well known because she has flown places to teach people how to do newborn photography. She's very talented. Julie Bean, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Julie, you guys, short story. Julie is one of the first YFEs to be involved with this. She'd meet up with us in our little boardroom meetup 3 years ago. So very cool. Stephanie, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Voon. Maybe SV Consulting had a really big week this week, and so it was just fun to see. Gosh, this is what inspires me, is that we got to see her journey in starting her business, and so now she was celebrating, saying she got a big contract. Career Contessa is eating lunch and getting her program all set. At Nikki Steele, NKKSteele on Instagram. She's got a new blog post coming out, What's Okay to Share on a Business Blog. That's an awesome topic. We're all excited to hear that, I'm sure. At Stacy Mark SSS, she's always super fun because she's a photographer, and actually this is a list of testimonials she has, and she commented that she has a lot of testimonials and how grateful she is for that. And I asked her, Stacy, how do you get these testimonials? And she said whenever she provides a client with a deliverable, she has in the same time she asked for the testimonial. So that's a good idea. Something that I definitely don't do, but probably should do more of. How do you guys ask for testimonials? Do you ask for testimonials? Do you put them on your website? All good things. So you guys, thank you so much for Instagramming your day. If you're watching this live right now, make sure that you take a picture of what you're drinking. Actually, I am drinking kind of drinking because it has a lot of sugar in it. This beautiful drink that my mother, who's also my business partner, made. I help her make G-Free and Happy videos at youtube.com/G-Free and Happy. So you can find the recipe and the video for this tomorrow there. So let's get into stuff, right? So first of all, make sure that you guys, if you're on the chat or on Twitter, that you tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, so we know what's going on with your businesses. I know a lot of people are people that have been here before, but make sure again that you tell people where we can find you on Twitter, etc. So again, this happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern here at yfelive.com. But the cool thing, what we're going to be talking about now is for summer, is that YFE is actually expanding our programming. So just to give you some background on all of this stuff, Ovalai is the company that I'm an owner of, right? So I own it alongside my parents, and we're building a live streaming production company. And so Young Female Entrepreneurs has been utilizing our live streaming to build community. And it's been little by little that we've done a little bit more of a focus on this live stream each week and building community. And so with the live streaming, it's a little bit different. So, okay, there was an article that came out, which is so cool, in the Wall Street Journal today that featured The Mom's View. Have you guys ever watched The Mom's View? Okay, so The Mom's View is this YouTube show. I think I have a screenshot of it. I'm sorry, because I no, not the After 5 Club. We'll talk about that in a second. Yep, Wall Street Journal. So it has The Mom's View, and all these cute moms get together on a couch and they interview someone, and the whole topic is that we're moving television onto these mobile devices, which I thought was, this is always something that I've been very passionate about, in that I noticed when my son was born, my mom and I used to host a show a couple years ago on live stream that he would watch on our computer, but he also watched Caillou and things like that on the computer. So he didn't know the difference between the network programming and our programming. And I've always been excited about this blurring of the lines and the increased quality of all of it. But the one thing that's happening with all this, and actually I pulled out a quote from that article that you guys will think is funny, Miss Wentworth, is her name that's quoted in there, but I think her first name's Allie Wentworth. She's married to George Stephanopoulos, who co-hosts the ABC's Good Morning America. She says that she jokes with her husband, saying that, oh, he's on TV, that's so last year, which I thought was funny. So going back, the one thing that's missing with these shows, though, the programming, is the idea of community. So I haven't had cable since 2007. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like the additional expense, and I don't like a lot of the programming that happens on it. And I was working from home for a very long time, and I just didn't like the added distraction. So I removed cable, and we got a Roku box to start off with, and then we got an Apple TV. I don't know if you guys have those. I highly recommend both. But the thing that was missing is that my girlfriends would be on Twitter and Facebook and talking about the show that was happening live on cable that night, and they're all talking about it, building community, like bettering their friendships, and I was missing out staying at home, right? So the next day I got to watch it, and then by that time when I was making my comments, nobody really cared, right? So what we're trying to do at Oval-i is to bring that feel of community around a shared experience. And that's what Young Female Entrepreneurs is really taking to heart. So we're building this community virtually via live streaming content. So you all are having shared experiences. You're watching me, you're connecting with, we just talked about that we love babies. Hello, everyone loves babies. And so you can build relationships, which is really cool. But one of the books that I read not too long ago, again, is by Seth Godin, called Tribes. A lot of you have probably read it. If you haven't, you should. And in that book, he talks about the idea that a leader comes forward and provides a space for a group of like-minded individuals to build upon ideas. So as I'm talking, and we've had on, experts like Allie Brown, for example, when she was on, some of the ideas that come out of that, or the relationships that come out of it, it's all building on top of content, which is really important to me. And I'm hoping to all of you too, because this is where we're going with it. So we're adding additional live streaming content, and that's how we're building community. We're meeting each other online, and we are going to connect with each other off of, social media networks, off the side, Twitter, Facebook, etc. And then you're going to solidify those relationships by in-person meetups. And we've been doing these grand scale YFE Seattle, YFE LA, YFE New York City type of events, and our city coordinators are tired. It's a lot of work. And so we're trying to figure out a way to create more intimate experiences, allow people to deepen their relationships. A lot of cities, a lot of women want to meet up right now that aren't in our regular cities, and that's just not possible right now. But if we were to mix it up, think about things differently, then you guys could all be meeting up no matter where you're living. So that's one of the things that we're rolling out. That's just to give you guys that are watching live the 411 on how Young Female Entrepreneurs is building community. I think this is really different, right? Who else is doing this? It's really cool, and you guys are all part of it, and you're helping all of this grow. And I'm really grateful for people like at the Stacey Harris. Oh, there's Shirzad. She was the one with at Well in LA. They were on episode 60 or 55 talking about blogging. Really cool episode. You guys should check it out. They're awesome. Lots of great advice. So yeah, I'm very grateful for people like at the Stacey Harris, Stephanie, Corey, all of you guys for showing up live and making these kind of things happen. So let's talk. I think I actually lose brain cells when I watch cable, toddlers, and tiaras, dancer moms. Stephanie, see, this is what I'm talking about. Good quality content that helps us all build our businesses. Oh my gosh, you, Bren, you cannot watch Mad Men, right? It's so, after you watch Mad Men, you feel like a bad person. So it's just, quality content that's entertaining is where we're going. So with that in mind, let's talk about summer must-haves, right? So since we're talking about quality content, let's talk about one thing. We need to, actually, this is quality online content. In just a second, one of the things that you should be watching that'll improve yourself is the Larry King Now show on Hulu. I don't know if any of you guys have watched it. It's produced by Aura. I'm a big fan of it. I have so just to give you some insight into how I live. I have a computer on my bar, or what do you call that, where you make dinner and such?
Kitchen counter.
A kitchen counter. So I have a computer there that
Do you use your kitchen?
Yes, I use my kitchen. So I have the computer on there, and I watch like Larry King Live and things like that, or like podcasts, etc., on that computer while I make dinner. And then we have an iPad and an iPhone that connects to Apple TV, so we can watch like our live streams on the television, and we can watch YouTube videos on television, etc. So anyway, this is a show that I watch while making dinner, and one of the things that stood out for me for a must-have for summer, or a must-do, is to commit to a new hobby. This is really important because I currently, do you guys have hobbies? I'm trying to think about it, and I work out. Can you count that as a hobby? Yeah, my dad, who's the producer, is saying yes, but I don't know, because it's not something, I guess if you had goals, if I was better at working out, it might be a hobby. But anyway, so Nick Offerman is the guy on Parks and Recs, the guy with like the mustache. At Careful Sense says, my hobbies all revolve around making money. Haha. That's good. So, and Stephanie's making fun of me. I cook dinner in a bar. No, that's what, kitchen counter, whatever. So anyway, Nick Offerman talks about hobbies, and I wanted to pull this piece out so you guys could hear what he had to say about it.
Number 5, get a hobby. Why are hobbies important?
Hobbies are important. I mean, for me, when I was trying to get work as a young actor in LA, I was easily depressed if I just depended on this terrible business that's full of rejection. If I depend on that for my happiness, then I'm screwed. So that's when I turned to woodworking, which by
Yeah, that was it. It was just a short little clip that I thought that was such a great point in that entrepreneurship. I actually was watching this with my husband, and he was like, he said, that makes total sense for entrepreneurs too, not just actors, because it's filled with rejections, like day after day of just like email after email where it's just like, no thanks, we're not interested at this time. And it's just tough, right? It's upsetting, and it can really get you down. And I like the idea of having something, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be a hobby, but having something that that's your happiness isn't just solely on someone saying yes in your business. At Jessica Barr is saying, is networking a hobby? If not, I'm screwed. You guys are cracking me up. So, and then on Twitter, there's Thirsty Thursday hashtag. I don't know what that was in reference to. I think at Jacqueline Mullen is talking about Thirsty Thursday, which was really a popular night in my household in college. We should really put back the Thirsty Thursday in place as entrepreneurs, right? So, point number 2 for summer. And you guys, by the way, if you want to input like what your must-have, must-do for summer is, call in. We've got a call-in line at YFE. It's 855-4154-YFE. Call in and give us your opinions, your suggestions. Tell me what you're drinking, whatever it is. Shout out your business name and your Twitter handle, and the producer will answer the phone. It's a man, so don't be scared. So number 2, must-do, is to read more. And guess what? YFE has a perfect place to do that. We've got Bootstrap Book Club, which we recently took over from the beautiful, very talented, very smart women of Kickstart Kitchen, Jules and Christina. And Bootstrap Book Club is a space on Facebook that has we're 3 shy away from 300 females in that group. And we just finished Lean In. Oh, we have a call already. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So we have, we just finished Lean In, and now it's between 4 books that we're trying to decide. And I was asking you guys for your help in deciding, right? So we've got Madam Secretary is one of them by Madeleine Albright. We have what's it called again? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman, and Like a Virgin, Secrets They Won't Teach You at Business School by Sir Richard Branson. So you guys have to sound off on the chat or on Twitter, and let me know what book it is that you want to read for Bootstrap Book Club. So again, and I think, do I have them on the side of the chat? I don't remember exactly. Oh, and at Amanda Schaffner, at AM Schaffner on Twitter is saying she wants Thirsty Thursday to happen. Let's make this happen, ladies. You guys are so fun. So we've got Corey Freeman, at Corey Freeman on the phone line. Corey, thank you so much for calling in.
Hi.
So do you have a well first
Your phone call.
so first of all, Corey, tell us where we can find you online.
You can find me on Twitter mostly at Corey Freeman, CoreyFreeman, or you can read my blog at CoreyFreeman.me. Same spelling. You could literally Google my name, really, to find me.
Well, that's
what I tell
good.
people.
That's good because that's what you do for a living, kind of. Not necessarily SEO, but you build websites. So, Corey, what did you want to talk about?
Oh no, I got scared during the whole phone call making face. I was going to say reading, definitely, as a hobby. I keep seeing this and it's bothering me a little. Reading doesn't have to be this big event. Like, it's cool when it's an event and you get to share it with people, but I read all the time in the bathroom, on the bus, mostly in the bathroom, because I don't really go anywhere. But if I do go places, I read. You can just shovel reading into your day and stop playing iPhone games, or stop playing one iPhone game.
That's an excellent point. It is. It's easy. And one of the things that I use is Audible. Do you use Audible, or are you like strict read words kind of a girl?
I do not use Audible. I tried downloading it, and ironically, I couldn't get it to work. But
it's funny.
I do listen to YFC on the road.
Oh, thank you, Corey. So, Corey, between the 4 books, The Personal MBA, Think and Grow Rich, Madam Secretary, and Like a Virgin, which book would you choose?
Probably Think and Grow Rich. I'm super into personal finance.
So, have you read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich?
I have not. I think I've seen it in bookstores. Right now I'm reading I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. I probably butchered his name, but I highly recommend the book.
Is it good? Because I've heard of that book. I haven't, I actually think I've downloaded it on Audible. I haven't actually read it, though.
It's a 6-week program, and I'm trying to follow the weeks and document my progress online. And I think so far I've made some steps. I opened up an online savings account, and I'm looking at my student loans. It's good. It's very encouraging and very easy to get through.
Awesome. Well, that's a great book recommendation too, Corey. And thank you for voting for Think and Grow Rich, because I really love that book. All right, so Corey, one more time, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Corey Freeman, CoreyFreeman, or just Google my name.
Awesome. Thank you so much for calling in, Corey. Corey gave us another recommendation for books, but let's make sure that reading more is one of the things that we do this summer, right? And if Amanda Schaffner had her way, Thirsty Thursdays would be another thing too, right? Stephanie is saying that she could make out with Audible. You guys are funny tonight. So, number 3 on our must-dos is, now you guys might get kind of mad about this, but it's to stop drinking coffee. Or give something up. I'll give you that. Or give something up. So, I recently gave up coffee, and I thought it was going to be something really scary and really horrible, because I never really realized how unhealthy of a habit I had with coffee. I would drink 3 cups in the morning when I woke up, maybe a couple more like while I was doing like live stream production stuff, and then like a couple more before I would go on this, and then I'd have a glass of wine at night, and then so it was like a constant state of like dehydration. I feel really good since giving up coffee, and I've never been tired. I do miss like the ritual of getting up and like having the coffee brew and then putting milk in it and stuff, but what can you do? So, do you guys drink? Yeah, so at the Stacey Harris, caffeine is easy to give up. You can do it. I agree. It is really easy. It's surprisingly easy, actually. So, one of the things that I have done, though, I have to admit, is that instead of the coffee at For the Glow, which is Jennifer Jordan, I did her fitness program, right after I had my son. I highly recommend it. She is awesome, but she was telling me to use or substitute coffee with yerba mate when I needed that like caffeine boost, because it's not caffeine, it's some other type of like supplement. And so I've been getting the guaki, is that how you say it? Yerba mate. It's awesome. The taste took a while to get used to it, but I really liked it, and it took me a couple years to actually do it, but I have to give her kudos for that. So you guys will have to tell me if you're doing that. And Jessica Barr, you cut out grains, dairy, and processed food. Yeah, I cut out a lot of sugar in my diet, and my energy, I don't crave it anymore. Like, the energy's good. So it's funny. You guys are funny. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing. So anyway, cutting something out, and if not just for like the nice effect of more energy and feeling better, just for that kind of like accomplishing something, kind of like what we were talking about with hobbies, that at the end of the day, you can check that off. If you don't accomplish it, then that might be, that might actually be worse that you try and do it. So number 4 must do is to use Sunday to plan. So we recently had At the Wardrobe Code on YFE Chat Live, and she talked to us about putting together pieces for summer. So it's a great episode. It's episode 64. It's up on YouTube or on iTunes. Great episode if you're trying to figure out how to look better when you go to meetings. But she gave us a lot of great advice, and one of the things she said was to plan your wardrobe out on Sunday, and I want to take that a step further. So this is one of the things that I'm trying to commit to in the summer, because I used to do it once upon a time, was that on Sundays I would take a couple of hours to plan out my week, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do that too, right? You plan out your days, you like get out your calendar, mark it all up, you return emails or whatever, you get things ready. Ivanka Trump is one of the first people that I really heard talk about this. It's the trumpcardbook.com. That's the reference, but it's the Trump Card is the book that she talks about this in, that her routine is to go into the office on Sundays just for a couple of hours. And I believe she actually learned that from not Warren Miller. Who's the other guy? The Moneybags guy. You guys will have to remind me of his name. But anyway, so she learned it from one of her mentors, and I thought that was fantastic. So start making Sunday, if you don't already do this, start making Sunday your day to plan out your week. So number five, our last thing to do, or must have for summer is to, I'm getting hot, make new friends, right? Because we can all use more friends. So one of the things that I've really been looking at, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do this too, is when you look around your social circle and who's on your Facebook, who you're following on Twitter, what's the common saying? You're what the 5 closest people are around you is what you are. And I think it would be just nice in the summer to branch out, and not necessarily even business friends. Maybe it's like along with your hobby. You could take up rock climbing, go to the rock climbing gym, and make new buds there. That's what my husband used to do. My husband's very hobby oriented, and I've never really, I've always had to work. So that's my husband works too. My husband does work too. But that's a value of his, is to go out and do stuff. So I'll need to do that better too. At the Stacey Harris, who's also on the YF Entrepreneur and Twitter handle, is said that she does her planning Friday afternoons with biz development. That way, weekend is all about family time. I like that, Stacey. And that's another thing that you could do instead, especially Friday, since we all kind of, not maybe all of us, but some of us unwind on Fridays and get out of work a little bit early. So, you guys, one of the things before I let you go is to remind you that YFE Seattle is happening at the hashtag YFEC. Give them a little shout out, say hi to them. But a great way to make new friends is by showing up to our live streams that are happening. So you guys are getting the first look at the new content that's coming up. And remember, it's not just content, it's building community. It's shared experience. Showing up live is so much different than if you are showing up to YouTube the next day, even if you leave a comment. This is people building on top of ideas, right? I mean, cocktails, Thirsty Thursday, all these exciting things you guys would not have unless you were here live. So next Wednesday is our big live stream events day. So Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, so 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have YFE's NYC City Coordinator Marissa Vicario on with her guest Selena Sue, and they're going to be talking about networking. And so this is a YFE NYC event, so if you're in New York City, definitely show up. If you're not in New York City, you're still more than welcome to come and meet other cool young female entrepreneurs that just happen to live in New York City. So if you're interested in moving there, breaking out, etc., you can show up then. So 3 p.m. Eastern that same day, so that's 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, we're bringing on another YEC Startup Lab. So some of you guys came to the Startup Labs that we tested out in May. And we partnered with YEC to bring their Startup Lab program into YFElive.com, where we're featuring members of Young Entrepreneur Council on that for an hour. They do Q&A, they take questions via chat, and they're all like very successful business owners. And the first one that we're going to go back into summer with is Amanda Aitken. Now, we've had her on YFE Chat Live before, and she talked about her Girl's Guide to Web Design. I'm really excited about this one because Amanda has made some crazy changes in her business. Like, everything's changed in her business. No. Producer's just putting like women's faces up. No.
Got one more.
No. It's at the very bottom. Like, it's colorful. It's not just a face. Yeah. So, yes, and at Corey Freeman is saying if you're not watching YFE Chat Live, you're not getting my color commentary. Corey. So, so we've got the event with Amanda Aitken is going to be really fun because, again, it's a Q&A. She's at creativecouragecampaign.com, so you can find out more about Amanda and what you can, yes, exactly. You can find out more about her there. And then to wrap up our Wednesday, we've got 4 p.m. Pacific, YFE Las Vegas with Jacqueline Jensen. She's at Jackie M. Jensen, and her guest is Jennifer Goss? Yep, it's one of the pictures. I'm just going to scroll through all the women again. That's Jacqueline, and the next one should be her guest. And she actually, Jennifer, is the founder or co-founder, I can't remember, of Tracky.com. Really cool, innovative Vegas tech startup. So hopefully you guys can make one of those live streams on Wednesday. Thursday, we're diving back into video best practices with the traditional YFE Chat Live. And then the following Monday, I'm really excited because I'm going to add an additional show that I'm going to host. So I'm going to host 2 shows a week. I used to do this a couple years ago and haven't done that in the last year, but I'm going to do Mondays at 9 a.m. with the 5 things. 5 things with Jen. And it's listing off 5 things to do more of, 5 things to stop doing, or 5 things to start doing. And we're going to take in a lot of audience participation and feature a lot of cool young female entrepreneurs on it. So no real guests, just a lot of really cool features. So, you guys, thank you so much for showing up live. I really appreciate it because it was just me talking the whole time. So I apologize if it went on a little bit too long. But I was really excited about this show because I don't get off to that many chances to talk here. Oh, I should mention, really cool, another YFE Chat Live show that's happening. So next week is about video. The week after that is about the cannabis industry. So Entrepreneur Magazine recently wrote a post about Jennifer Murray, and she is like the pot queen. She runs a cannabis lab, and she's going to be talking about the cannabis industry and the women entrepreneurs that are in it and opportunities that are happening. That's going to be really interesting. And to juxtapose it, yep, that's her. To juxtapose it, the week after that, we're going to be talking about the alcohol industry, which I know is going to be a favorite with all of you guys. So very cool things happening. I'm very excited and very grateful that you guys show up live. And one more big shout out to @TheStacey_Harris for tweeting under the @YFEntrepreneur Twitter handle. If you guys follow our tweets during the live stream, you know how good she is. And so just make sure that you check out her discount. It's $100, and she gave the link in the chat. So I'll have to make sure I post it with this video too, because I'm not finding it right now. Maybe Stacy will chat it in before we go. But this has been Jennifer Dono with Young Female Entrepreneurs. I'm at Jennifer Dono. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/YFEntrepreneur. We're also on iTunes. Just do a search for Young Female Entrepreneurs. There we go. Stacy's link is hitthemicmarketing.com/strategy sessions. It's only for the women of YFE Chat. So thank you for that, Stacy. And so make sure that you subscribe, and of course sign up for our Mailed It newsletter, because I'm trying really hard to write more personalized, nice emails out to people. And so it's yfe.me/mailedit. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys back here next Thursday, if not on one of our monstrous Wednesday. Like, what could that, Wicked Wednesday? Wonder Wednesday? Like, that's a big live streaming day for YFE. So anyway, hopefully I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Again, this has been Jennifer Dono with Young Female Entrepreneurs.